Hey YouTube, how's it going? This is day 6 Corona update. Let's get into it. So, symptoms for today, I would say the congestion, head and chest have worsened today. They're also becoming more reluctant to be eased by over-the-counter therapies such as Sudafed, Mucinex, things of that nature. They've been working up to this point, surprisingly. Today, they're just not as effective as they have been previously. It's hard to tell. My wife and I are both battling allergies right now. There is a lot of, there's a lot of smoke in the area from the wildfires that are going out west. It's being carried in. Not sure if it's still affecting our area as much, but I know it was early last week. And it did make a difference on our allergies. So it's hard to distinguish allergy type symptoms from virus type symptoms. Makes it very difficult. Makes it very difficult to know what to treat and how to treat it, which is very frustrating when you're somebody that suffers from seasonal and conditional allergies. So some of that congestion could be tied completely to allergies and not at all related to the virus at this point. Don't know, but it is a symptom that we're having. With that, I do feel like I've had some chest congestion today. More productive coughs today than previously. It's still not severe. I still don't feel like I've got any fluid building up in my lungs or lower respiratory system or anything of that nature. It comes up pretty easily. Solid cough. Coughs aren't painful. They're a little raspy sounding, which is weird for a cough that's productive. But other than that, that pretty much covers that. Covered more coughing, less energy. Energy level has definitely been low today. The entire house took about a 3.5 hour nap this afternoon. Definitely tell that it is, the whole situation is wearing on everybody from a mental standpoint, an emotional standpoint, a physical standpoint, all the way around. It's taking its toll. It's definitely starting to affect our household. So the energy thing, like I mentioned in previous videos, we've been doing a lot of outside projects here lately. And this, into last week through the weekend, it's been mid to upper 80s here. Today, I think, was the hottest it's been in a few days. It was low 90s. Came outside to install some lighting on the deck, something I've been planning on doing for a very long time. And I was outside maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and I'm normally a person that's susceptible to heat and high humidity, and the combination of the two. I can do heat without humidity and humidity without heat, but you put the two of them together and it becomes a crippling effect for me. So with that, I was outside for about 10 or 15 minutes, and I started down the road to passing out. Everything got, I just started seeing the signs. I've been there before. I know what it looks like, and I know what to do in that situation. So I retreated to the house, took in some water and electrolytes, and cooled off a little bit. That's when we decided it'd be a good time for everybody to take a nap. Everybody was getting a little grumpy, and then got up, came out, finished the project in the evening. It was weird though, because typically I don't have that effect, and I say I'm susceptible to a combination of heat and humidity, but normally 10 or 15 minutes is a very short period of time. Typically I could work 20-30 minutes, take a 5-minute break, get some water, go back, work 20-30 minutes, and keep that cycle going greater portion of the day, but without having that drastic of an effect on me. So I found it very odd that it had that effect, because it's definitely throughout some of the projects that we're doing, it's been a lot hotter, a lot more humid, and it hasn't affected me that quickly before, or that drastically before. So that was worth noting, in my opinion. So yeah, I'd say the heat decreases energy faster. So moving on from there, smell is still 100% gone. I can't smell anything. As you guys know, I've been doing the vinegar test every day, try to smell it, taste it, things of that nature. I've started adding some other things because I did notice when I lost my taste, it didn't affect everything. It only affected certain taste categories. So it wasn't like an across the board, I couldn't taste anything. It was just certain things were muted more than other things, and certain things I couldn't taste at all. So I've started branching out my smell tests. So different herbs and spices, and of course the vinegar and some other household chemicals that we have around that are have a very potent smell, but are not extremely harmful to smell. And it's gone. I can't smell anything still. So taste seems to be, from what I can tell, 100% back to normal. Food tastes like what I expect it to taste like, what I know it to taste like now, which is good because I enjoy eating food that tastes good. It sucks eating when you can't taste it. It just, it seems rather pointless. But so I'm glad to have my taste back. Mental fog episodes. I've had a couple of them today. I would say they weren't as severe as the very first one that I had, but just kind of a general fogginess and almost forgetfulness, and I mean, suffer from that without COVID, but it seems to be more frequently, or be in the middle of doing something, forget what I'm doing, or get sidetracked easier than I normally do, things of that nature. Just again, like I think I mentioned yesterday or the day before, it's more of a lack of ability to concentrate than anything at this point. It's just very difficult to hone in on something and really concentrate on it. It's doable, but it takes an excessive amount of effort compared to what I'm used to. I have noticed an uptick, a little bit of heartburn, which is a little odd. Some things are giving me heartburn that haven't normally given me heartburn. Again, that could all be anecdotal and putting a lot of stuff into my body right now that I don't normally, from the standpoint of supplements, medications, things of that nature. So there's no telling what kind of effect they're having on. However, it could be related. I have heard that some doctors are prescribing Pepcid for gastrointestinal issues as they relate to COVID. So it may or may not be a thing. I don't know. Haven't had any headaches in a couple of days. That's good. I hate headaches. They're my kryptonite. I don't like them. There for the first couple of 3 days, I was having multiple headaches a day. As I mentioned previously, though, it wasn't horrible because they were easy to deal with, easy to make go away, and they went away very quickly. They were very superficial, but I am glad that particular symptom is gone now. I just don't like dealing with headaches. And then the last thing is I started noticing last night my appetite was getting back to normal. And I would say today my appetite was absolutely back where I expect it to be. I could tell I was getting hungry again, which is a big thing. After 2 to 3 days of having zero appetite, zero desire to eat, having to make myself eat. I discussed it previously about nutrient caloric intake and things of that nature, making your body function properly and the fuels that it needs. So it's good that my body's back to telling me when it needs that now, instead of me relying on effectively guesswork and, trying to figure it out. So that's good. Appetite's back to normal. And from what I can tell, my wife, she says she feels like hers is too. Coincidentally, they came back about the same time. So that's good. We're back on a normal dietary plan. We eat our meals like we're supposed to. We have some snacks throughout the day. Keep the calories up, keep the nutrients up, keep the electrolytes coming in. We are still continuing to get our electrolytes from multiple places. Some beverages, some foods, but we are making every effort to keep those levels high in our system. We don't want to get into a situation where we're fighting a deficit and trying to play catch up. It's bad enough when you do that when you're healthy and you don't have anything going on abnormal in your body. But when you're sick or you're fighting off an infection or whatever it may be, it gets twice as important, because those deficits can turn detrimental very quickly if you're not getting the vitamins, nutrients, and things that your body needs to be able to fight them. So we are continuing to stay on top of that. We're policing each other for that too, and we really do believe that that there's merit to that. We believe that it's had an effect on the lack of severity that we've experienced throughout having COVID so far. We've talked to a lot of people that have had it, people that have been better off, worse off, however you want to slice that pie. But it kind of picked up on a small trend that, there's other people that have told us that they experienced a loss of appetite, and the difference that we've kind of picked up on, again, anecdotal, but we've noticed from talking to multiple people, is people that don't force themselves to intake calories and nutrients and maintain a diet even though they have no appetite have fared some amount worse than people that have maintained that. So take that for what it's worth. It may not be anything, I don't know, but it makes sense to me, so that's why I'm putting it out there for you guys. Anyway, I think that pretty well covers it for day 6. Real quick, trying to think if there's anything else that I've forgotten I didn't take notes on. Can't think of anything. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow at the end of day 7. Have a good night. If you'd like to follow along, get updates when we post our new videos every day, click the subscribe button and the bell down here in the corner. Also, this will be a link to the next day's video once it's posted. This will be a link to the playlist, so you can go back and catch up if you start somewhere in the middle.